This is the Tom Bigby Tales, and I'm your host, Shannon Evans. Tonight's episode is about where is the money going to come from for the latest project related to the MDAH grant and the grant particulars. The MDAH grant for the Tennessee Williams building is a total of $193,000. That is $158,000 grant plus a $35,000 grant they had previously gotten, apparently sometime during the COVID years. This requires a 20% matching grant of roughly $39,000. Where's that $39,000? The Columbus Cultural Heritage Foundation has to show MDAH in their application. Did they use money from the $75,000 in their budget for the Dixie Butler art installation for the Tennessee Williams art on a bench? You'll have to see an earlier episode in which I discussed that project extensively. And we still have questions about where that money is. It shows up on paper, but does it show up in a bank account? Who knows? There was no money in the foundation budget in September of 2023 when the application was submitted for the grant. The grant requires that this project must be completely funded and paid for before MDAH reimburses a dime. That means the entire project is $231,600 to allegedly paint the Tennessee Williams building and redo the porch. That breaks down to $38,600. That's the matching 20% plus $193,000 that will eventually come from the MDAH. This is insane. Why do I say that? Well, the building is a 2/2. What does that mean? Well, it means there's 2 rooms upstairs over 2 rooms downstairs, plus 2 small additions. One of those is a very small dining room. The other is a public restroom and entryway into the back of the building. It's not that large of an exterior, in other words. The entire job, porch repair and replacement, if they go to that extent, and house painting at most, including any siding or decorative woodwork repair, should total about $75,000. I mean, come on, folks, this is Mississippi. This is not New York City or even Seattle prices. This is Mississippi. Where is the additional money slated to go? What is the justification for such a large request of funds from Carpenter? Without the actual application, we can only rely on the MDAH site, which states porch repairs and painting, or what Carpenter herself said at the CVB's recent board meeting in the State of the Union that she likes to give about herself. She stated porch repairs. That was yesterday, January 23rd. This project will be the most expensive wood porch in town, and it doesn't even have a railing on it. Because Carpenter requested more than $75,000 for the project, a goodly portion of the overage will have to go to a required architect. However, the project coordinator for the project from the foundation cannot be paid for their work per MDAH requirements. All filing of reports and ensuring the project is completed per page 5 of the MDAH grant application is not reimbursable out of the grant. In other words, she can't pay herself. Additionally, the person who administers the grant is required to attend an MDAH administration workshop down in Jackson, usually. What is interesting to note is that the MDAH states it does not give priority to routine maintenance, things like porch repairs and painting. Did Carpenter's project get selected to be used as, let me restate that. Did Carpenter's project to get the Tennessee Williams porch repaired, and the building painted get selected despite not fitting their criteria because she's a long, if not the longest serving member of the MDAH Board of Trustees currently, and is their newly selected vice president? Is there a conflict of interest here? I think it bears investigating. On page 14 of the application for the grant, the applicants must include any minutes or resolution showing the governing body, the foundations, or the CVBs, it's not clear at this point, supported the project and the application. There needed to also be 3 letters of support from the community with this application. I wonder if that will possibly be members of the Board of Supervisor and a member of the state legislature who have pet community projects, cum re-election events funded in recent years by the CVB, and that these members keep coming to the CVB board meetings where they have nominated and place half the board, despite distinct bylaws to the contrary, to ensure that their pet projects remain funded? It all gets curiouser and curiouser, doesn't it? All these pieces swirl around and around. None of them add up. Because this is a reimbursement grant, where does Carpenter and the foundation plan to get the dollars up front to do the work that has to be inspected by MDAH before reimbursement? Remember, this is $200,000. Plus, keep in mind, the budget for the foundation is only $100,000, and that's to keep the lights on and the docents paid. It doesn't even include a salary for Carpenter. Does Carpenter and the foundation board plan to grovel at the local bank for a line of credit to do this work? Where will they come up with the fees and interest that will accrue while the work is being done? It can't be charged off to the grant. You cannot charge interest and bank fees back to the grant. It had to have been included in the original application. How are Carpenter and the foundation board going to rob Peter to pay Paul on this one, her latest boondoggle? Until next time, keep shining sunlight on our city's appointed and elected officials. Sunlight truly is the best disinfectant. This is Shannon Evans and the Tom Bigby Tales. Until next time.